Chapter 35, All for One. Mal felt the prize slipping away from her, but at the very last second, she chanted the spell again, forcing her immense will on the Triton. Suddenly, it hurtled toward her like a missile. Mal gasped as the Triton slammed into her palm, and she clutched her fists around it. It jerked and twisted in her grasp, and Mal could see powerful energy waves around it, attempting to pull it in the opposite direction. Mal tried to hold it with both hands, but the energy from Uma's necklace pulled off her left glove, sending it soaring away. Mal yanked the Triton through the hole in the barrier. "I've got it!" "The barrier!" Carlos reminded her. "Elfin gnome, close the stone!" she yelled, and the hole in the invisible barrier shut with a snap. The magnetic energy around the Triton immediately disappeared, and her hand dropped suddenly as the tension vanished. The shock of it sent her flying into Evie, who fell overboard. Mal clutched the Triton and crouched on top of the boat, searching the churning ocean. "Evie!" she cried. "Evie, no!" Jay steered the boat around the waves as they frantically searched for their friend. "Evie!" called Jay. "Evie, come on!" yelled Carlos. "Come back to me," Mal thought fiercely, hanging onto the edge of the railing. "Come back, Evie." She wished so hard. She thought her head would explode. Still, there was nothing but the raging sea and the crash of thunder and lightning. "You guys," said Jay, "the storm is just getting stronger. We're going to sink." "I think I saw her over there," yelled Ben. "Circle around." "Evie!" Mal cried. "Where are you?" But still there was nothing. The largest wave they'd ever seen rose from the ocean and slammed hard onto the boat, throwing them against each other. I can't keep us afloat much longer," Jay cried. Just when it seemed they were going to capsize, Evie emerged from the water, her arms flailing. Mal was spent from using her magic and fell limply against the railing. "Help her! I don't know what to do," she cried, keeping a tight grip on the Triton. But her friends picked up the slack, moving with precise urgency. "We're too far away for her to swim," said Ben. "Quick, Carlos, grab a life ring. Jay, you have the best arm. Throw it to her." Ben took the wheel of the speedboat while Jay tossed the orange floaty as far as he could. "Evie, grab it!" Evie caught the ring with one hand and held on, keeping her head above the waves. "Pull!" yelled Ben, steering the boat as Jay and Carlos tugged mightily on the rope, bringing Evie back despite the waves and the rain, inch by inch, until at last she was floating by their side. "Evie, I thought we'd lost you," Mal cried joyfully, tears relief falling down her cheeks and mingling with the rain as she leaned over to help Carlos and Jay haul her back onto the boat. "Are you okay?" "You're okay. You're okay," said Carlos, smacking Evie's back to help her cough up seawater. "Here," said Jay, handing Evie a warm towel he'd run to grab from below decks and helping Carlos drape it over her shoulders. Evie leaned on Mal, still shaking on her feet. "I'm okay, thanks to you guys." Mal gave Evie a tight hug. "I don't know what I would do without you. Don't ever scare me like that again." "You scared all of us," said Ben, letting Jay steer the boat once more. "That was intense, but you got it, right? But you got it, Mal." "I got it," she said, handing him the Triton. "We did it," Ben said. "We did it," she said, not quite believing it as Ben held the golden Triton in his hands. "We did it together," he nodded. Then he turned to Jay, who was back at the wheel. "Come on, let's get out of here before we sink."